drown too deep, no strength to fight. 물결 속을 헤매고 있어.
Welcome to Free Love Tarot Readings. I'm Tarot Oracle and I do the readings. What is going on? Bardman, Sarah, Ella, Sunshiny Day, Crystal, Connie, Andrew, Lady, and I think that's it. I'm doing better. So I think I got food poisoning for some grapes. So, everybody reaches their grimy, nasty hands in the grapes at the store. And like, what I need to do from now on is find grapes that are sealed, like completely sealed, where nobody can reach their nasty, grimy hands into them before I get them. And that, I think, will solve the problem forevermore. Linda, welcome. Sarah, what is going on? But I'm doing much better today. Yesterday was pretty iffy. I was in bed the entire day. Star Moon, welcome. How you doing? Yeah, yesterday was pretty rough. Just popped in to say, hey. Lady, I appreciate you popping in to say, hey, what is going on? Crystal got their stimulus money. That's what I'm talking about. Nothing better than free money. Free money is always the best. There's nothing sweeter than free. Well, it's not free. I mean, they took it from you, then they gave it back. But still. All right. Search Kickstarter from Tarot, wrote down all the prices, averaged them out. It was $55.83 before shipping. Andrew, that's pretty high. That's pretty high. Mine is only going to be $45. By the way, it's currently being printed. It is the Waterfall Tarot version 2. Version 2, it is coming this away. And the cloths are here, my friends. The cloth will be up on Etsy tomorrow morning, bright and early. So if you like this cloth, it will be available to you on Etsy bright and early tomorrow morning. You just bought grapes. I would scrub them like your car. I'd scrub them like a vehicle. And there you go. Because people, I hope it wasn't the grimy, like the grapes that are open to everybody, where people can just reach in their hands and nasty hands. Anyway, we'll have to attend jury duty on my birthday. Sunshiny Day, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. Nobody wants to do anything on their birthday, especially jury duty. It's just not anyone's favorite activities. I say, there needs to be like a legal tarot. That would be kind of fun. A legal tarot. I think my voice sounds kind of funny still. I don't mean funny in a ha-ha way either. It sounds a little funny. I don't know. Reading it again next week, not this week though. I was close. I was a week off. Yay for the close. Indeed. You gotta scrub them grapes. Now, they do have grapes that come in a sealed container, and that is what I went for this time. I'm not doing the open ones, because have you ever seen, you've never been to the grocery store and you see a kid picking his nose And then the kid proceeds to reach into the grapes and eat one. If you've ever seen this, because I've seen this personally, and it didn't dawn on, because I've rinsed my grapes. I don't like scrub them, but I do rinse them. But I'm not sure you can get them boogers out of the grapes. Healing Days, welcome, boo-boo, welcome. How you doing? Well, I have to attend jury duty. 9 of Wands, the 6, and the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups kind of hints that you don't. It is not a bad deal. The Queen of Cups means I get the emotions that I want. I get the celebration that I want as well. 6 of Swords is sort of a slow, delayed travel, slow, delayed movement and whatnot. And that sort of feels like, yeah, I mean, we're sort of going to the jury duty. We do have jury duty eventually, but do we need it right on our birthday? I don't think so. I believe that it is going to be delayed a little bit. The other clue that we have is the Page of Swords. Now, I think that you do get a communication, or you can give them a communication to where you can get out of it. Seems to be something that where you can get out of it. YouTube user, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. Something that you can tell them to get out of it. 9 of Wands is a bit of a defensive measure or whatnot, but it does say that it could be delayed and all of that stuff. All of that stuff could be delayed, and I think that you may be able to get out of it indeed. Oh, there you go. All right. You have to toss them out. Nobody's seen a little kid picking their nose and then reach into the grapes. Nobody? I'm the only one in the earth that has seen a little kid pick their nose and then reach in and grab some grapes and eat them from the open grape container. Simple solution. One is you grab the container that's in the very back where no little kid that was picking his nose can reach it. All right, number 2, they have the sealed containers of grapes. Again, go to the very back, grab that one, and make sure that you get that one, and then obviously rinse it and clean it and whatnot. But yeah, that's a thing. Nose picking grapes. That is a thing indeed. If you've never seen it, I have. I'll tell them it's my birthday. It could be possible. Sunflower, thank you for your donation. Tara and such, welcome to the stream. How you doing? What do we got going on next? What does N feel about me? Let's see a little bit of feels. A little bit of feels is going to come from the Art Nouveau Tarot. That's the one that we need. That is the one where the feels are actually going to be feeling tonight. And that's what I'm talking about. Eat out of the same bag of chips with little kids. Yeah, you're going to get food poisoning. You're going to end up like me. I was laid out for a good 24 hours. And it was pretty miserable, I got to say. It was not a pleasant sight for all of the extremity problems that you have with all of that stuff. You know, just not the best thing in the world. Anyway, how is N feeling? I think that the Knight of Wands kind of says it all. A little bit of the King, a little bit of the Wave. It seems like that N does have days that they're pretty compassionate, or they pretty have like a bit of a, opinion about this, or a bit of a likeness about you. And, they sort of like you and have fond memories and whatnot about you and all this. But other days they just don't. It seems like that they are on a bit of a seesaw, a little roller coaster action there. We see this from Strength. They sort of enjoy sort of the time. They enjoy the activity. They enjoy sort of being around. Knight of Wands, they do have this action to where they feel like that you could be closer and they could have some feelings and whatnot. But then you have this sort of, other days. It's like, I don't know. I'm not really sure how to address that, how to go about that or whatnot. Maybe this is not the best thing for me. So you do have sort of a positive, negative seesaw going with this particular person, definitely there. But the good thing is you have the Emperor here. Emperor does sort of say that they sort of know that you like them, or they know that you do feel for them and whatnot. Crystal, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. Tammy, welcome. How you doing? Tammy, I'm a lot better. Yeah, I think I had grapes that somebody had reached their hand into at the store. It's pretty nasty. But yeah, the Emperor says that you have the command, or they have the command over that. I mean, they know that you sort of reaching out style. They know that you sort of have the interest and whatnot. And I think that they do reciprocate in a little bit, but again, it's sort of this back and forth and a little bit of that mixture as it goes. 1400 stimulus. There you go. Welcome to the stream, 1400 stimulus, and the Biden picture as well. So, yeah, Sheila, welcome to the stream. Tasha, welcome as well. So there you go. They do have a bit of a seesaw action on the feelings for you or not feelings for you. Not like that they just have constant feelings, not like that they never have any feelings, but it sort of goes back and forth there. Sunshiny Day, thank you for your donation. Tasha, it is indeed a beautiful deck. I really like it. I like the gold trim and sort of the gold highlights on it and all of that other stuff. What is going on with Princess? She seems anxious. For this one, you know what we got to do. You know what we got to do, Sunflower. We got to get the dog tarot. Now, I have not used it in a hot minute. Oh, here it is. Got to use the dog tarot for a princess. Find out what is going on there and see what is happening. What is happening? 1400 stimulus. It should have been 2K, but they had to send money everywhere else. They had to pay off everybody else. And, you know, you got 1400 or what was left over after all of that. But at least you got some money that they took from you and gave back to you. So that's a good thing. It's always good when you get some of your money back. Should have been 2K, but that's the way it goes. Yami, welcome. What is up? I changed my name to Sunflower. Yeah, there you go. Okay, what does my boss think about me so far? Sunshiny Day. Okay, what's going on with Princess? Princess is definitely on a new journey. Princess is trying to sort of figure out that new journey type and style and where Princess needs to be on this journey. It definitely has one of those feels. And they're making that journey sort of, you know, away into new places, new things. I think Princess is ready just to go out and get a vacation or get something going or something happening. Princess is sort of bored, sort of bad. Tired of sitting there, wants to get out, wants to roam. We have sort of that new adventure feel. We have that roaming. We have the getting out and having some fun, getting some adventures with all the butterflies as well. I don't think there's any destination in mind for this particular journey, but I do think that they want to get out and get going. I think that they're ready to meet some new people as well. Meet some new people. They got to get out and sort of venture out, make some friends, get some dog friends going. And there is the dog friend indeed. Could be a male dog friend. You never know. You never know. It could be a male dog friend. You just don't know. But that is that's what's going on with Anxious Princess. YouTube user, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. All right. In speaking, will they reach out? All right, we'll get to that in a minute. In the meantime, let's go for crystals and paint. A little bit of a general feel. We'll go with Crystal's default deck at this point, which is usually the cat deck, but now it is the Modern Witch Tarot. You didn't get your stimulus money yet. Well, that's not good. They need to get it to you immediately. I didn't get any stimulus money, but I should, eventually one day I will get some stimulus money. One day I will get some stimulus money, but it appears that I got jilted from the stimulus because apparently working as a software developer, you don't get a stimulus. Okay, a little general for next month. Next month is a little bit on the bittersweet side. You do have not really a journey. I do have not really of a journey, but I do think that that we are on the Six of Swords feel, though. It seems like things in the next month, let's go with the entirety of April, seems like things in the April style is going to get a little more movement involved. You're going to have things happen. You're going to have action. You're going to have action, a little bit of getting out, a little bit more of things going on. Six of Swords says it's not going to be boring at all. Two of Cups says it is a month to make friends. April is a month to get it going. It is a month to make friends. You got to sort of start that up. Two of Cups says April is going to be your key month for that. I think part of that is to get back into the meetup groups, get back into the Facebook groups, sort of get out there and meet people, socialize, and get things done. The Hermit, though, says, I think that you're done with the Hermit at this point. I don't think that you want any more of the sort of the being alone thing from the COVID, the being alone thing from not working and whatnot, that thing sells that need to sort of get out and again, make some interactions, make some things done. Because I don't think the Hermit works for you in the long term. I just don't think that's going to be a long-term strategy for you. Four of Cups and the Two of Cups is interesting as well. I think some of the friends, some of the interactions that you're going to have are not going to be the best for you, but I think you're pretty good at sort of figuring out where those go or how those go and sort of know that some of these may not be in my best interest. Definitely not. Stiffing each other's butts in the Two of Cups. It could be. It could be. That's the way I meet people. I mean, when I meet people, I just sniff their butt. It eliminates a lot of anxiety. You know, when you have anxiety, we're just like, I'm not really sure what's going on. Anyway, how the weekend go? You're heading out of town. The 1,400 that should have been $2,000, but they had to send it to everybody else but us. Needs to know. And to answer this, by the way, everyone's favorite deck, which is going to be the Bumbleberry Hollows, and see what happens with all that. By the way, thank you all for being here. I appreciate everybody hanging out with me. We were out yesterday because we had food poisoning. I'm assuming the problem with food poisoning is you don't really know where you got it. You just don't know. I'm assuming it was grapes, because it was an open bag of grapes, and I should have known better, but I did it anyway. I picked them up because that was all they had, and I wanted some grapes, but I know better now. Will I make the same mistake twice? We threw away all of our food, and we got the nice new carton of grapes that comes closed. There you go. Sniffing butts. I don't know. A sniffing butts usually works out pretty good. I mean, it's so unique that I'm just saying, people are just like, oh, he's sniffing my butt. I wonder what's going on with that. So anyway, how will the weekend go? We are headed out of town. Moon said it's going to be a longer weekend than you want. I don't think it starts off challenging. I don't think it starts off bad at all. I think it goes quite well. The 10 of Cups, we have a nice beginning. The nice beginning to that, where you just have some good stuff. You just have a good feel. And I think that you sort of headed out of town has a little bittersweet action for you as well. We do have the High Priestess, meaning there are a couple of surprises sort of waiting in there. November Aries, thank you for your donation. Got a couple of surprises within there. One of which is just like, you can't wait for it to be over at one point. I think it sort of, it wears out its welcome. The trip itself wears out its welcome. I'm not saying just the little snippet of the weekend. I'm just saying the entirety of the trip. You know, at some point, you're just ready to get home. You just want to get home. You're ready. You don't want to mess with it anymore. And that's where the Page of Pentacles sorts of comes in. It's more of it's a little more expensive out of town journey than what you're used to, quite possibly. So there is that. But a couple of surprises around the corner. The Moon says you can't wait to get home. Can't wait to get that return thing. We got the Cycles card in the Moon that is there. Sort of hints at, it was nice. Wasn't a bad trip, but at the end of the day, I wouldn't mind the comforts of the good old bed that I know. The good old bed that I know, the comforts of that one, that is going to be better. And make sure, by the way, to sniff everybody's butts on the trip. It is just such a pleasant surprise. I'm just saying. By the way, entertainment purposes only. What does my new boss think about me so far? Well, sunshiny day. I hope that they like you, because everybody here likes you, and let's hope that they likes you. To figure that out, though, we're going to use the Waterfall Tarot. We'll use my tarot deck. It's a rare occasion, but we will use my tarot deck. Since it is being reprinted, there ain't any good new tarot decks to buy. That's true. That's true. The ones being posted are a bit disappointing. The ones I see on Kickstarter, quite frankly, some of them suck. And I'm looking at them thinking, who is going to buy this? Because it's not me. Yeah, there is that. So normally I'd be making a tarot deck right about now. Paula, welcome to the stream. How you doing? But I just don't have a tarot deck in the queue. Right now we're doing the book. The book is pretty exciting. I'm almost halfway. I am almost halfway through that thing. But there we go. So what do they think about you? What do they think about you? Ace of Wands. Maria, thank you for your donation. Ace of Wands says that you're sort of, you get to things, you don't delay. You don't wait. You get there, you get things, you see opportunities and you take them. I don't think that you mess around. I don't think that Sunshiny Day just sits there and does nothing. And I think Sunshiny Day sees an opportunity and seizes it. It really does. Seizes it. That Ace of Wands. They sort of see that. They like that. The world says that they have a lot of sort of potential in you as well. You don't just specialize in one thing. You're not just single-minded focused. You have a lot of unique abilities, a lot of unique talents. And I think they sort of sense that maybe you could use more things. Maybe you could use something that'll be a little more exciting. And they're definitely sort of looking at you as potential for moving up in the world, definitely. Eight of Cups also says they realize that you're not going to put up with a lot of BS. You're not the type of person that's just going to sit there. They're going to unload BS on you. No. You are able to see through that stuff, and you're able to sort of, filter out a lot of that stuff. That's going to be good as well. Picasso, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. But the Eight of Cups says you're going to abandon whatever you need to abandon, especially if it's going to be BS. Three of Swords overall. Sunshiny Day. We're going out on a limb. We're going out on a limb, Sunshiny Day. I don't think your new boss is going to be your new boss for a long period of time. I think that you have another boss or sort of a transfer into somebody else coming. So there we go. That's what I think. I think we're going out on a limb, this cutting action with this abandonment. I think we're sort of combining that you're going to have another boss down the line. I'm not saying tomorrow, next week or whatever, but you do have a little bit of a shift in bosses that will eventually hit, and got to kind of watch out for what is happening with that. What is going to go on there? All right, men in not speaking, keeping the distance. Will they reach out? By the way, if you're in the queue, Andrew, thank you for your donation. If you're in the queue, we're right about here. So it's not too bad. Not too bad yet. We're right about there. I did miss yesterday. I got food poisoning, probably for some grapes. I mean, we're really sort of reaching here. The problem with food poisoning is you don't know. You just don't have like 100% confidence in what gave you the food poisoning. But I'm just taking the wild guess. And the wild guess is grapes. But we're doing better today. It's all good. Ming, welcome to the stream. All right, for YouTube user, M and N not speaking. Let's go for it. Tarot of Mystical Moments is going to get us where we need to be. Money Bag Joe cashing out that $1,400 stimulus to all of us. Thank you, Money Bag Joe, for your donation as well, sharing some of your stimulus with me. That's so sweet of you, Joe. I appreciate that. You probably won't remember making the donation, but that's Joe. That's Joe. Money Bags, I appreciate you. Is HH trying to find me again? Are they trying for somebody else? Well, let's get to that in a minute. Right now we're doing YouTube user. Will they reach out? Three of Swords is not right now. Definitely not right now. They do have a little bit of a delay. They do have a little bit of that delay with that Three of Swords, a little bit of a cutting action and all of that stuff. But yeah, the Nine of Pentacles and the Six of Swords as well. Now, will they reach out? The Six of Swords is a journey, but again, it is a slow journey. It is a little bit of a slow journey. Nine of Pentacles says they do want something. If they're going to reach out, they want a little bit of difference. They don't want what they had before. They want a little bit of variety. They want a little bit of, a little bit of variance in that. There are some things to fix. That's for sure. There are some things to fix, some things to navigate around, sort of pick up not really pick up where we left off, but we need some adjustments to that. Three of Swords, the heartbreak card, says we've been through that. Not something we want to do again. But do they reach out after a period of time? Yes. Six of Swords says yes. It is a movement card, but again, it's slow. I talk about this in my newest book, by the way. What's the difference between all these damn movement cards? We got the Chariot. We got the Six of Swords. We got the Eight of Wands. We got the Knight of Swords. What is the difference between all of those? I let you know. I'm making a video as well that lets you know too, So if you don't want, Moneybag Joe, headed out of town. Already did that. Boss, keep it so far. Okay. What does Brian want with my life? Well, hopefully Brian wants to bring you good feelings, joy, and Christmas celebration to your life, even if it is really early for all of that. You can always hope. One can always hope. So there you go. All right. Jenny has some hackers. Jenny, a famous person is hacking me. Could it be Matthew McConaughey or could it be Tom Cruise? I don't know. I'm not sure at all. I'm not sure who could be hacking you. I think Tom Cruise is kind of busy. Matthew McConaughey, though, he hasn't made movies in a long time. A long time in theater ways. I guess in theater time, yeah. Matthew McConaughey would be my prime suspect, quite frankly. Okay, what does Brian want with my life? Oh, we got the two. Is Brian coming back? Is Brian coming back? Are they sort of headed that way? Knight of Cups says they are sort of coming in with a little bit of that romance feel to it. The Knight of Cups is indeed Mr. Romance. It is indeed Mr. Romance. You got to watch out for that Nine of Cups. They are a little squirrely here and there. Queen of Pentacles, though, it does say that they're bringing in the good stuff. They're bringing in the stability. They have a lot of good things going in there. Boo-boo, when am I going to have someone sniffing me? Okay, I'm not really sure. Thank you for your donation. The Queen of Pentacles says they are bringing a level of stability. They are bringing a level of predictability as well. A lot of times November, I just think that you're in situations where you don't have a lot of predictability. You just have a little bit of, like I don't really know what's next. Things are unexpected. Things could be back and forth. The Emperor says that they are going to enable you to be in charge again too. They're going to enable you to be in charge again. The Emperor is the sort of in charge. I know what's happening. I am leading. I am a leader in this type of thing. They're going to bring that power back because it seems like a lot of times you just feel like you're not in that leadership role and whatnot. Yeah, you do have that too, that domain. Feels like that maybe I could be in a leadership role. This could be in a little bit of mix, but sometimes not, Ming, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you so much. All right, what do we got going on next? Christina, welcome to the stream, by the way. I thought you were driving. Christina, I thought you were driving. Maria wants to know, will I ever get my stimulus money? Maria, they owe it to you. Moneybag Joe is in, Moneybag Joe is in chat. You need to hit him up and ask, what's going on with your stimulus money? Because hopefully you get that $1,400. Used to be $2,000, but now it's $1,400. You need to find out. I'm an actress. I just been doing it for years. That could be a thing. That could be a thing indeed. But I'm just saying, Matthew McConaughey would be my prime suspect. Someone famous. Could be, I don't know. I don't know anybody else. I don't keep up with that. Okay, let's see. Will I ever get that fat cash? Will Moneybag Joe release my stimulus and stimulate me in the way that I like to be stimulated, which is with fat cash? Moneybag Joe needs to hand out the fat cash. I'm just saying, right? It looks like that. That's what you're going to get. That's what Moneybag Joe is going to be handing out. Will you get it? Ace of Swords said it is running a little late. It is running a little late. That Ace of Swords into the 5. Ooh, into the 5. A little bit of cutting action with there. It seems to be running a little bit late in your particular case. Hierophant is the government. Hierophant is the big organization. You know, it could be the big organization. It could be something like the government. Normally, it's like an authoritarian figure or whatnot, but the Hierophant is sort of a big business, big government as well. And it's bringing in that with the 5 of Cups. It realizes that some people are not getting it on time. Some people are running late. Crystal, for example, got it this week. And Christina got it Wednesday as well. We got a lot of good stuff with Moneybag Joe handing out that fat cash. But yours is running late. That's basically it. That ace, that 5, the communication is coming, but it is the communication that you don't really want. It does say that we're having a little bit of a delay with that, getting that in, getting all of that stuff in there. Living Gaia, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you so much. But it is coming, Maria. Don't fret. I think it'll be there. I think it'll be there Saturday or Monday. Going out on a limb, Maria. Saturday or Monday. I'm saying Saturday or Monday. That's just me. That's just me, way out on a limb. Somebody has 12 kids. That's going to be quite the check. That is going to be a big check. That is going to be the dollars being handed out. He's doing things, and I'm just ignoring him. What's up with the landlord? Picasso, is your landlord flirting with you, or what's going on? What is happening over there with that landlord action? Are they sniffing you? The sniffing people is the new thing. I'm saying after COVID goes away and it's a little bit safer, for the sniff. It is possible for you just to go on in. It will be after COVID because things happen for a reason. Sometimes you'll have people are separated. And then when the separation thing goes away, all the rules goes away, people are like, hey, I want to connect with other people, and sniffing them is the best way. That has been proven over years of scientific research that sniffing other people is a good way to get to know everybody. By the way, entertainment purposes only. What's up with the landlord? He's doing things, and I am just ignoring him. High praise. Thank you for your donation. The 8 of Swords says, even though he's doing things, it feels like they're holding back. They could be doing more. They have a message. They do want to make a connection. That is true. It is true. They want to make a connection. So they're holding back. If they had their choice, if they had their if they had their things and all of that stuff, they'd be doing more. You know what I mean? They'd be doing more. They do want to make a connection, definitely a connection with that. 8 of Wands says that it's almost like they want you to leave. They want you to exit. They want you to get out of the window, to escape, to leave. It's like they just don't. Something's going on with this particular landlord. Something's going on. Something's weird with them. It's like they're doing it on purpose. They are doing it on purpose. Now, the 2 of Wands says they feel like it's their territory. It's like, this is my territory. This is how I treat my territory. This is what I want, and I am going to do whatever I want in my territory. They have that 2 of Wands, the domain feel. They're walking around here like they're king of the castle. And they feel like they're king of the castle, and they're trying to get you. It seems like they're just trying to get you out of there. Get you out of there a little bit. That exit, that window, that flying off into the distance. But that is just some tarot cards. Entertainment purposes only. Any good news coming for Andrew? Let's find out. You know his secrets. Oh my. What kind of secrets does he have? You can tell us. We won't tell anybody. We won't tell anybody at all what his secrets are. I'm just saying. I mean, we'll keep it secret about his secrets. You know, it's been a minute since we've done the Encore Tarot. That is for sure. Edgar Allan Poe knows. Edgar knows about the telltale heart. He's not going to tell you, but he knows about the telltale heart. Edgar does. All right. The devil. Oh my. You got to put up with some of that, don't you? A little bit of that action there. What kind of thing do we got on my cloth now? A little bit of that action. With that, we got the Queen of Wands. We got the Page of Cups. And the Nine of Swords. I think it's sort of a worrying weekend at first. So good news, it's a bit worried. You're kind of wondering, like, what is coming indeed? What is coming around the corner? Because I don't think you're really sure. I'm not really sure that you know for sure 100%. The devil says you do have a couple of influences that are working against you. You do have some things going on. You do have some types of some activities happening with that. The devil says it could go, interesting, but it could be great or it could be interesting. You don't really know what's going on. So you're looking for that good news, that piece of good news. You do have a bit of a concern. Now, the Queen of Wands says it is sort of up to you in a way as far as how the weekend goes. You are in the driver's seat somewhat for this type of thing. The Queen of Wands is the CEO. It is the master of multitasking. It is somebody who has the power and the authority to do that. Even though sometimes you just feel like that Page of Cups where you don't have a lot of that command, I think that you do have a bit of control as far as what's happening. Overall, it doesn't look good, but again, we have that worrisome feel. Something like you sort of expect that something is going to be unusual. And is that something that you always expect? I don't think so. But this weekend, maybe. Overall, you do have good news. Basically, you have command over it, and you have sort of a default that it's going to be all right at the end of the day, definitely with that. But again, don't be concerned. Don't be worried. Don't manifest a reality that you don't really want. And, the weekend's going to be all right. The weekend is going to be all right. Sunshiny day. You need to take off this sweaty bra. You and me both. Astoria, welcome. How are you doing tonight? Good to see you on the stream. What do we got going on next? What is the next big thing over here? Moneybag, is HH trying to find me again or someone else? I don't know. Are they trying to find you or someone else? We'll do a throwdown.
Time for a tarot throwdown.
We'll do a throwdown. Cowboy Dan, welcome back. SC, welcome as well. All right. I mean, he's going to find you, and that is going to be up here. Aroha, thank you for your donation, and welcome to the stream. It's good to see you. All right. Is HH trying to find me or someone else? Moneybags. This is how it goes. We've got a throwdown. This is you. Are they trying to find you, or are they trying to find somebody else? I think they've tried for somebody else. They gave it the best shot. They gave it their best shot, Moneybags, and tried to find someone else. I think they did. I think that they had an opportunity to find somebody else. They had a little bit of an advantage if it went to finding somebody else. But overall, that just didn't work out, Moneybags. Again, I think they tried. They gave it their best shot. Ace of Pentacles is that leaping forward. It is that moving forward towards stability, is that new adventure. But there's a big difference here between adventure and reality, right? Aroha, thank you for your other donation. The Fool, though, they're chasing you. They're trying to find you. That looks a lot better. We have the opportunity. That's fine. That is the Ace. We have this opportunity. But the adventure, the looking, the seeking, the searching, I think that that's you. I think that they're trying to find you. That's reinforced by the High Priestess. Now, Moneybags, the High Priestess is about information. If I'm going to find you, Joe, then I need information. The High Priestess says that information is the key to finding somebody, looking up your old friends and seeing what Moneybags is up to. That is very poignant here because it does say they need information to get in touch with you again. And that fire element here, Joe, the fire, The fire that is within that ace is active right now. It is. Sarabi, thank you for your donation. It is very, very active here indeed. I think that you win. I think that you win. I'm not saying they didn't try to find somebody else. They gave it a little bit of a shot there. That little bit, strife stopped them. The star gave them an alternate way, an alternate viewpoint, an alternate place to go. And I think they ended up trying to find their old buddy. Moneybags Joe, indeed, dropping that fat cash with the 1,400 stimulus. Moneybags gets it done. Moneybags gets it done. Sunflower wants somebody to sniff her butt. I'm not sure what to say about that. Wants somebody to sniff her butt. And let's go. What's a good butt sniffing deck? I'm thinking if you're going to sniff a butt, you might as well be the Ozterra. You might as well be the Ozterra. It was a close tie. It was a close tie. I mean, I'm just saying, some people have a fresh butt. Some people have a fresh butt to sniff. And I'm sure that they don't smell half bad. But other than that, if you want some fresh butt sniffing, you're going to use the Ozterra. Okay, well, first off, Sunflower, I don't think that you like it. You don't like somebody coming in for a butt sniffing. It sounds like a juicy peach reading, just like Crystal said a minute ago. But it feels like that if somebody is going to sniff your butt, they definitely need to communicate with you first. They need to say, you got to warm up somebody. You got to warm up a sister. You got to say, hello, Sunflower. How are you doing? And you say, oh, I'm doing great. And then they start, putting the nose a little bit towards the butt. And you'll be like, what the hell are you doing? Seven of Pentacles. Okay, YouTube user, thank you for your donation. Seven of Pentacles says that they're looking at that butt. They're looking at the butt. They're taking a gander at that butt. But they just need to warm up first with that communication. Now, the Six of Wands says they will get a lot of attention with their butt sniffing habits. They will. And plus, bending over like that all day hurts your back. You gotta have a good chiropractor in store. Gotta have a good chiropractor on call because that's gonna hurt your back. Leaning over, sniffing people's butts all day. You gotta relax with it. You gotta get a good chiropractor on call. But I think once they make that initial communication, Sunflower, once they warm you up a little bit, the butt sniffing is in store for you. It is. I don't think this is going to be a problem for long. I think everybody in chat wants to sniff your butt right now. Right now. If everybody in chat wants to sniff Sunflower's butt, let her know. Nothing says I love you like I want to sniff your butt in chat. Okay, what do I need to do to find a good date? Stimulus money. Hand out stimulus money. That would be the key metric. That is going to be the key metric. But if you can't do that, we'll find out what the Gilded Tarot Royale says about that. You know what I mean? Sheila and Enlightenment, what is going on? You came in just in time for the butt sniffing conversation. The butt sniffing conversation is indeed here. I don't know. You can't have smelly farts. No. Your farts need to smell like roses and puppies, or else you will not get another butt sniff opportunity again. You will not get that. Okay, what I need to do to find a good date. Stimulus money is a great start. The Nine of Pentacles says you need to be patient. You need to be patient. A lot of times it is about just rolling through the numbers, getting through the numbers, because sometimes you just get, it looks good quality. It looks like it's fine quality, but it's just not that way. That Nine of Pentacles says you need to be patient. You need to sort of work through it and go through that process. Page of Wands is also a great card for this. Page of Wands says, yeah, there is a mixture here of good and bad. I don't think that you can sort of expect to have all good, nor can you expect to have all bad. You need to vary up the types of dating styles you're doing, the types of places you're finding people and whatnot. The Moon and Strength. Use your intuition a lot of times. Does it feel like that your intuition is bringing you towards this person, or are they dragging you away? If your intuition is saying something's up, something's wrong, I feel some red flags within here, definitely something to research and definitely something to go forth and figure out, what's next there. Because a lot of times I think your intuition is saying, hey, I have a good opportunities with this person, but something's up. Something's not right. And you need to do that. The moon is about intuition. The moon's also a cycles card. It does say that we should go through the cycles. We have to continue on and finding the right person, because the right person just doesn't magically appear. You do have to put in some level of effort to find them. And strength is a key component here too. Have the courage, have the patience, and have all that in order to keep moving, in order to keep going on all of that. So yeah, but the Page of Wands, sometimes it feels like it's fruitless. It feels like the effort is going to is just wasted. Don't let it feel like that. I think that you have good opportunities at the end of the day. So there is finding a good date. Let's see. What other butt sniffing opportunity? And sniff their butt. Sniffing the butt guarantees a good day. It guarantees a good day. You never know where that butt's been, though. You just don't. Well, the future of my new office, what will it be? What will it be? I think that a good one for this is the Heaven and Earth Tarot. Now, you will notice that it is no white border on this anymore. I did edit it in Photoshop, and now it looks fantastic. It looks fantastic now. And that's all you need at the end of the day, is a good-looking box cover art. Even though it's not the current one. It's not the current one. You still got to go with it. You still got to go with it. What will the future of the office be? Well, the office is going to be there a long time. The office is going to be there a long time. So the new office appears to be a permanent staple in the landscape. It really does. It feels like that you have that 8, and that 8 is a key component here. It says that there are a lot of good things happening. There are lots of work being done over here. One of the big factors, though, is somebody leaves pretty quick. Somebody exits pretty quick. Will it be you, though? That's sort of the interesting question. Will it be you? And from the 9, I don't think so. I think that you have been in bad offices. I think that you have had disagreements in the office before. I think that you know what a bad office looks like. And yeah, this doesn't look that bad. Doesn't look as bad as some of the previous places that you have been. But again, I think somebody's leaving. So my prediction for your new office is, number 1, a lot of work happens there. It is never slow. It just keeps going. Renee, welcome. I'm doing great. Thank you so much for asking. I did get a 24-hour food poisoning bug. But yeah, so you do have a lot of work happening. Again, definitely not boring. It is going to be pretty action-packed within here. But I think somebody's bailing. I think somebody's exiting soon. And they are going to leave and go elsewhere. One of those things, do I think that you will go elsewhere? I don't really think so. I don't really think so. I think that you're going to be there for a while. It is very much of a staple. The reason I say that is because of, as you can see from here, that strength feel from that 9. We've been injured, we've seen bad, and we are going to be able to sort of move through that and get into the next level. Art and Soul Tarot, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you so much. I think it's going to be all right, but somebody's leaving. Somebody's exiting. Not immediately, but moderately quick. They don't seem to be delaying much at all with all of that stuff, All right, so we have High Priest. Wants to know something. Will that laptop show up? Where is that thing? We got the This Might Hurt Tarot to figure out your laptop question. Everybody needs a good laptop and some D. Everybody needs a good laptop and some D, and we will figure that out. Let's figure that out with that laptop action. Will it show up this weekend? We need to know. We do need to know. I mean, we've been waiting for it. There's some expectations here for it coming. And the Two of Wands, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it's a little delayed. It is a little delayed with that. We see that with the Two of Wands. We're sort of searching and seeking. We're trying to find it. We're not able to get it. We're not able to get it when we need it. Emperor says that we do need it. We are expecting it to come and whatnot. But the Seven says it's almost like in transit. It doesn't really have these opportunities. It doesn't really get there and do what it needs to do. Sort of that travel time seems to be a bit delayed with that Seven and that defensive feel. And you sort of have the Page as well, right? The Page is sort of a newbie or a beginner in things. And when you get with the Wands, with a little bit of that fiery action, it feels like the fire is just not where it needs to be. The fire is not focused. It's not sort of moving where it needs to be. And the Two of Wands says you're still seeking and searching for it. Still seeking, still searching for it. And actually, I think like Monday would be a better thing. A little bit of Monday. All right, SH, what are their intentions towards me? How do they like me? What do they think? Where are we going to go? And I think that the Anna K will give you what you need to know. The Anna K will knock it out of the park on this particular matter. Anna K is going to get it done. It really is. So what are their intentions towards me? Let's find out. First thing we got is the Sun, which is really interesting here. The Sun says that they got good intentions, bringing in warmth. Now, what does this highlight? Because you know the Sun has a dramatic effect. The Sun has a dramatic effect on other cards, right? A dramatic effect. We got the Sun. Again, it warms things up. And we already have this warm, friendly, good-natured, good-feeling 10 of Pentacles. The 10 really sort of says that, I mean, we're pretty content. We're pretty happy towards that. So I think they're bringing in good vibes. They're bringing in good feels for that. The problem that you're going to have, Aroha, the problem that you're going to have is getting rid of this person is going to be next to impossible. It's going to be very difficult. Next to impossible, because you have the judgment, you have the decision making. Number one, I think they're going to lean on you a little too much for decisions. It's like they want you to lead. They want you to do certain things, and they're just sort of going to offload it to you and turn off their brain. I'm not sure what that sort of their intentions with that, but it's definitely something where they want you to take over some parts. They want you to lead in somewhat. And the other thing is getting rid of them is going to be quite difficult indeed. So giving them the Das Boot may be very challenging. So yeah, at the end of the day, that may not be the best thing. May not be the best thing indeed, but sometimes you just got to give it a shot. Give it a shot and hope for the best, because they do have some good parts. They do have some bad parts. It's up to you to kind of be on that decision-making process, up to you to do that decision-making and figure out if that's going to be something that you're willing to put up with. Definitely, right? Aroa also wants to know, where am I currently manifesting? Let's see about that. With a different deck of cards. Let's go with some cats. I do love me, the Grimalkin Tarot. That has a lot of good stuff around it. What are you currently manifesting? It's such a good question. Like, you kind of never know. You never know what you are manifesting until it sort of gets there sometimes. You have the 10 of Swords, you have Unity, you got the 9, the 5. First thing that you're manifesting is, I think that you need to get rid of some things. You need to break loose. You need to cut loose of some things. I think, Aroha, there are some things in your life that aren't doing you any good. I don't think they're doing you any good at all. I think the 10 of Swords says you need to cut some things completely out. This could be a lot of different things. It could be people that are leeching your energy. It could be things in your life that aren't doing you any good. Maybe habits, maybe addictions, maybe something that's in your life that's not doing you any good. Because Unity says that I think some people have brought some of this up too. I think that other people have sort of discussed some of this, like you need to cut this out, you need to cut that out. I think it's time to sort of take that a little bit more seriously, because cutting loose and getting that is going to free up It's going to free up a lot of your energy, a lot of your time, and it's going to make you feel pretty good overall. And unity sort of brings back that perspective. It brings back that sort of that reuniting that you have the feel of that. Nine of Wands says, as far as manifesting goes, I think somebody's going to come back into your life that you haven't seen in a while. You got somebody coming back, somebody returning. The wet cat over here in that Nine of Wands. We have been injured and we are, sort of acceptant to other people coming in. We're sort of acceptant to have somebody come back in that we have not seen in a while. This is with the Five of Wands. I don't think the person coming back is going to do you a lot of good. I think that they do have some fun, cool interactions. They do have some fun type of things that you can pick up and run with. But overall, are they somebody that you're going to want to hang out and be with for a long period of time? I don't really think so. Again, because we have that Five of Wands, it feels like, it may not be the best mix for me. Definitely not the best mix for me. So yeah, that's what you're sort of manifesting. Somebody's coming back into your life that used to be there, that hasn't been there in a while. And again, you definitely need to trim the forces within your life that are causing you sort of a little bit of a challenge, because a lot of people just don't want to deal with that long term, right? All right, Sharabi wants to know, what is coming towards me? What is headed this way, Sharabi? What is headed your direction? And for that good read, let's do a little bit of the Gregory Scott. Because the Gregory Scott is the tarot of the year. I'm just saying, this is one of the best ones. If you're looking for, I'm just saying, if you're looking for good graphics, if you're looking for meaningful images which have just a good representation overall in tarot that sort of give you keys for your intuition to pick up and run with, Gregory Scott gets it done. What's coming up with me in life? Sarabi, you get a lot of opportunities. You get a lot of opportunities, some of which aren't that good in the long term. And you know that. You know some of these things aren't good in the long term. You know some of these things aren't doing you any good. But you get a lot of opportunities of different things, different approaches, different types of things and ways to do things. And the Ace of Wands says you're kind of mixed. You kind of have a mixed feel of that because you're not really sure which to take and which not. You do realize that if you jump on them all, Sunflower, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. If you jump on them all, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good in the long run. A little too much, a little bit of the leaping off that cliff and whatnot, right? What's coming is opportunity. Ace of Wands says so. We got the wands. We got the other wands. We got a lot of fiery energy here. It is things that you can do, things that you can grab a hold of, things that you can chase that are going to be decent. But you have to be careful which ones you choose because I think some of them are not going to be as decent as the rest. Six of Swords is about the journey. It is about moving. It is about going the next pace. But you want to be careful who you dive in there with. It's not really similar to this. This is more of an emotional thing. We got the cups nearby. Six of Swords is an emotional journey. I think one of the things coming to you, Sarabi, is a trip. I think somebody wants you to go on a trip. They're going to approach you to go on a trip, and it's going to be a rather longer than expected trip. It's not going to be what they say. I think what they say doesn't necessarily translate into what reality is because you do have this back and forth between there. So be careful when you go on a trip or when you're sort of planning something, who you want to be to have with you, because that is going to be a good thing overall. And the Knight of Cups, I think that you have romance. I mean, the Knight of Cups is Mr. Romance. You do have romance. You do have the romantic feel. And part of that is going to be a romance coming towards you in life as well. So you got a lot of good things, Robbie. Got a lot of good actions in there. It's a varied reading with a lot of moving parts in there. A lot of good stuff. Okay. When End returns, does he want a friendship or love? Let's go for a throwdown.
Time for a tarot throwdown.
I think a friendship will be top left and a love will be bottom right. A love will be bottom right. A love looks terrible. A love looks terrible. That is the worst read ever. I do think that being friends with this particular individual is your best shot. It is your best shot by far. You have virtue. Virtue's great. Virtue really is great. It says we have opportunities here. We have things that we can do. We have things that we can sort of address. We have things that we can sort of chase within that realm. Virtue is going to be a fantastic card for this. Friendship looks good. I think both of you are on a level or are on a story, I think, for your donation. You're on a level or you're on a bit of an expertise or whatnot to where friendship works. It just works. You can make it work. You know the boundaries and things like that. Love just looks terrible. It looks absolutely terrible. So if you're trying to get the love, you're going to have challenges. You are. And again, I think that you have sort of difficulties overall in getting the love going, getting the love manifest, and getting it moving full power. Friendship is going to be a lot better, and it's going to be a lot more of a... sort of feels right. And you know the boundaries. That's the big thing. I know the boundaries, and therefore I can navigate through those. Okay. Now, we have a narcissistic fiance. When can we get them out of our head? Even though we know he's a narcissistic butthole, when can we get them out of our head? We going to use the thought for this because nothing says narcissist quite like the thought. I'm just saying. I am just saying. Art and Soul Tarot knows. They know. Austin, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. So, let's see about all of this stuff going on. When can we get them out of our head? One of the things about this individual is they know you. They know you. They spent the time with you. They spent the time with you learning all about you. I think that they know your hot buttons. They know what sort of makes you think of them. They know sort of, where you're at, where you don't want to be, your challenges, your limitations. I think they figured a lot of that stuff out. They figured a lot of that stuff out. And that's what bothers you the most. Is they know a lot of things that nobody else does, or sometimes people, you're just like, yeah, but they do know that information. Another thing is they brought a bit of a predictability. Was there drama mixed in? Did they put the drama in there with it? Of course. Absolutely. But there was a lot of stability. It felt like I could rely on this. I could have this steady type of thing. And the routine is what you miss. The routine is what you miss with that. Because a lot of times that routine is so key. I just got comfortable with it. I know this and I know that. And this is what we do. And that routine makes you just so comfortable. And you just, you got a little bit of that there. Science says that moving on with other projects, tackling big things, tackling that next big project is going to be the key. Science points there. It says go forth and get that science out and get that expertise out. Because once your mind gets preoccupied with the other stuff, it's going to be much better on. And plus you have new love coming. You have new opportunities coming. It's not like you're going to be alone forever. You definitely have a bunch of new things coming in. No pun intended. But yeah, that home card, that security, that protection from the home. It feels like you have other things coming in, other people coming in that are going to be, a lot more your style. Bottom line, your style. So I think that a lot of this possibilities with the new relationships, getting into your day-to-day activities and sort of moving there, launching forward and not hesitating with stuff that you need to do. But yeah, get out of the routine. So if you and this person did stuff, don't do that. Do something totally different. Get out of the same routine because it's going to make you feel they're there. And, keep the no contact. The no contact is going to be your key here. It's going to give you the power because if you contact them again, now it's going to restart and you got to wait all over again. Dating again. You got to. You got to jump out there, leap out there into the dating realm. I think that you have a Pisces that is going to be nice. It's going to be quite nice indeed. So, don't be too afraid. Don't be too afraid. I'm getting a Sphinx cat. Should I get a cat? Well, the Grimalkin Tarot is back. The Grimalkin Tarot is back for any reading. A Sphinx cat. Those things are huge, aren't they? They're like the size of a dog. I think I remember somebody like having a Sphinx cat, and those things were freaking huge. So I don't know if that's the same cat. I think so. I think so. Could be. Especially if they're the size of a Sphinx. Should you get a Sphinx cat or should you not? Or should you not? Yeah, COVID is no joke. COVID is no joke. Luckily, I had food poisoning because Christina was like, you may have COVID. I'm like, I don't think so because I was recovered in about 20 hours. So I think we're good. All right. Have an opportunity to get a Sphinx cat. The Six of Wands says that Sphinx cat will take over the damn house. It'll take over the damn house. The Sphinx cat thinks it's royalty, and it is going to just take it all over and be royalty. The other thing is you're going to have to get Princess used to the Sphinx cat. It's going to be kind of unusual. I think it's going to be weird. That Ace of Cups says you do have a new love blooming there. I think they get along grand. I do. But that Eight of Cups, I think Princess wants that Sphinx cat the hell out of there. I think they want to get the hell out of there. They're like, Princess is like, it's my house. You look like a dog because you don't have any damn hair, Mr. Cat. And the other thing is, I want you to get out because this is my domain. And the Sphinx cat knows, like, no, this is my domain. What are you doing? What are you even talking about? I'm not sure what's going on. But I think they get along swimmingly after a while. You got to let them adjust, though. The Ace of Cups, let them adjust from a distance, sort of keep them calm and all of that. You know what I mean? Maybe create one or both of them. The usual introducing a pet to another pet. But I think that there's a new love. I think there's a new love blooming with you and Princess and the Sphinx cat. So, looks pretty good. Astoria, well, my ex, 4-year on and off. Can't stop thinking about him, and I'm trying to heal. Well, my ex, 4-year headed we. I don't know. I think that means, what should I do about my ex? I guess. I don't know. We will see what we are doing. By the way, we're ending soon. Wow, this day has gone quick. This day has rocketed across, and we are about to end. We got an ex. We were madly in love. We had to, we got to terminate the situation sometime eventually, and we're giving it our best shot. We're giving it our best shot, trying to get the 4-year on and off thing to be permanently off, because you never know. You never know what is going to happen there. Well, you got good news and bad news, I guess. I think it's going to be on again. I think it is. I think both of you give into it. Astoria. Ace of Cups. I think you ended up approaching it from a new situation. You end up talking it out. You talk it out. You're like, if we just do this, if we just do that, maybe we can work it out. We can get things done. It has some opportunities. The Ace of Cups, I think they come back, Astoria, with a lot of good promises and a lot of good things to say. And I think that you end up back in there again. Justice says the scales are imbalanced without them. You feel like to get that balance back, you need them back in there. And the Ace of Swords says you start communicating with them again. You give them another shot. You give them another chance. And that's where the Three of Cups comes in. It feels like a little bit of a reunion. We can do it. That seems to be okay. We can do it okay. But I think it becomes an on situation again. I think they have a good sales pitch. Astoria, they have a good sales pitch. They come in, they tell you their sales pitch, And it sounds really good. It does sound really good. But yeah, it's hard to get rid of this person. It definitely is. I don't need to tell you, you've been on the situation 4 years. It is difficult to get through this person, to get away from this person. I think that their sales pitch they're coming with next is to start over. Let's start over from scratch. Let's try it anew. And see if that works. I think you're like, that doesn't sound half bad. Last reading of the night, when will I get my $15? When will I get that fast cash? Austin wants to know, when will I get that fat cash? Nothing says fat cash quite like the manga tarot, traditional manga tarot. That is what's up. That is what is up. Oh my, you're going to be waiting. You are going to be waiting indeed. Six of Pentacles, you do get it. Don't worry, you do get it. It is incoming for sure. Six of Pentacles shows them giving it to you. This is them handing it to you. So you do get it. It is delayed though. It is delayed. That Nine of Swords says things are delayed. Things don't really happen that way. I think the Lover says that you earned it. You've been waiting for it. You've earned it. This is something that you need at this point. The Lovers is key here. The Lovers is key here. Especially next to the World, it indicates this coming. Now, when? I would say give it 2.5 months. 2.5 months. I'm going out on a limb here. 2.5 months. That is what is happening. And that is just my opinion as far as getting that fat cash. Thank you, Austin, for hanging out with us. And thank you for your donation tonight. And thank you all for being here. I was not here yesterday because I had food poisoning from the stinky grapes. I bet it was somebody that reached their hand into the grapes after they like picked their nose or something. I'm not, okay, from now on, I'm getting the sealed grapes at the very back of the display. I'm not risking it anymore. No more open bags of grapes. Not happening ever. Anyway, but I'm better now. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for viewing the stream. We'll be back tomorrow. See you then.
How do we get this low? You come over and we start a fight. Never know who's wrong or right. Feel nothing when you go. I know it's not intelligent, drinking for the hell of it, but that's irrelevant now. We should talk about us. How come we're holding on? 'Cause really I don't see the benefits now. And you've broken my trust, so I just wonder, why do I fall back to you? Really nothing I can do about it. Why do I fall back to you? It's like you're a drug to me, I can't quit. It's not like we're still 22, trying something new, just a pastime. I don't think that we ever could work this out. None of it makes sense, there's no reason why.